Hello. Did you miss me? That's a long old time that. Must have missed me. Got Layers of Fear downloaded. Check it out 4K. I haven't switched any graphics cards around. Still got my 4090 in. So we can play maxed out 4K, ray tracing, everything. Should be able to handle it. Is it a horror game? It is a horror game, yeah. Played a bit on the demo. I'm pressing any key. No. Is the game... The game crashed already? It's not great. That is not good. Alt F4. Right. Let's try that again. Not a good start, but we'll forget about that. Pretend that didn't happen. It was saying press any key. I had both my hands on the keyboard, smashing pretty much every button. Come on, come on. Oh, it's done it. It's done it. I pressed one key, it worked. You got a 7900 RTX, nice. Which one? See, I'm in 4K. Frame rate unlimited. The kind of max is high. I think the ray tracing on. We can check out these DLSS and stuff, but I'll play native first. I'm gonna sneeze. These settings, yeah, high I think is the max. It really bugs me when games can't just put like, just call it ultra. You know what I mean? You got some games. What was that game we played the other day? Lies of P. The highest settings is called best. I mean, why? Just call it ultra. Let's continue story. Wait, what? Is it remembered from the demo? I'll start a new one. Start a new game. Your current progress. It must have remembered from the demo. I've never played this game. We'll start afresh. This game out now? Yeah, it is out. Came out an hour and a half ago.
My palate was sated. Nostrils stimulated. Standing venerated. And one day, you took everything.
Joebox, hello.
But shame and pain.
You got the Sapphire. Is that the Nitro or the reference? I did see some pretty decent prices though on the 7900 XTX. But yeah, like you say, still kind of about 1,000. Although there's actually 3 Sapphires, isn't there? The Nitro, the Pulse, and the Reference. I got the Reference one. Whereas MSI, it hasn't opened yet because I have opened it, but I need to click, and I'm worried it might skip. There you go. And I've got 2 dedicated VRAM readings. What's going on?
I'm taking what's mine.
Stan, hello. 10 years earlier. Right. She's gone back. Right, hang on. Let me sort it out. I don't know. I got 2 readings. Hang on. Now I've got 1. What do we... Wait. I've got two. Dedicated memory usage, process graph properties. What's that? Is that the one we were seeing? Which one's actually accurate? They're both different readings. One of them says 7, one of them says 5. Process graph properties. What is that? I've never seen that. Does it say what it is? I assume that's just the graph recording, but why would that be different from the other one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one's correct there. If you look, if I just switch to dedicated memory usage, it says 7, look. What do we reckon? I'll have to have a look at that later. I'll switch that one off. I'll switch that off for now. Because I'm not sure. Right.
It made me think of your poem. Congratulations.
Chose over the 4080 because it's 24. Yeah, 24 gigs though. For 4K in the moment, you don't really need it. Dedicated is for game only. The other is for all systems. No, that's not what I mean. I know the one here is allocated. I know that. That's not my problem. This one here is allocated. I'm looking for dedicated in-game usage. My problem is that I have two, right? GPU 1 dedicated memory usage, right? You see here dedicated VRAM. This one says 7 gig, right? I then use the same setting, GPU dedicated memory usage, right? Now look at it. Now it's saying 5 gig. Do you see what my problem is? Which one are you believing there? They're both the same setting. So I'm saying I'll have to have a look later and see, because I don't know which one's actually accurate there. They're both called the same thing, but they both have different readings. I could where's my HWiNFO? I could look at the sensors in there. 4090. It doesn't actually even have that. Allocated, dedicated. Yeah, see, dedicated it's saying is 7 gig, so I think the 7 gig is maybe the accurate one, but because I'm not 100% sure, I'll have to check it. But anyway, let's... what am I doing? Five to 10 years. Yeah, but I mean, that seems like a kind of crazy sentence to say, but it won't last for long. You'd give it maybe 5 to 10 years. I mean, I would say 10 years is quite a long time, to be fair. If 24 gigs lasted for 10 years from now, I would say that's fairly solid, to be honest.
Write the book on the subject in our lighthouse, accommodated especially.
You definitely got a long while yet. We're like nowhere near. Using 24 gigs at 4K, like we're nowhere. The only time I've even seen close to 24 gigs being used is 8K maxed out. And like we're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near that being a normal thing, so I would say it's definitely not a concern of like anytime soon. Oh yeah, someone asked about 100 degree 3900K, didn't you? What is it that you're doing when it hits 100 degrees? See, these doors here we can go in the demo, could we?
I'm an adult, Mama. Crippled or not, I can take care.
Let me go out the front door. Oh my god. Well, I'm going straight up here. Goes to 90. Yeah, only if you're doing some sort of like stress test, or I've only ever hit that in like a stress test, a load test on the CPU, or in like a frostbite game. I've hit those, but I've undervolted mine, so it doesn't really hit that.
I received the word that you came to the lighthouse.
Anymore at least, but I've got a decent cooler as well.
Well, that was
But you can see, because of the remake of Resident Evil 4, I saw 16 gig.
I'm very pleased to hear it. Now, are you writing?
I saw 16 gig at least at 40.
You must understand.
Yeah, but don't get it wrong though. A lot of people are tying
I will remind you
1 or 2 games using a lot of VRAM as to like that's a hardware problem. That's not a hardware issue. It's a game issue.
You abide by it.
There's a difference between a poorly developed game and something that actually needs that kind of VRAM. Like Diablo 4, that'll allocate 100% of your VRAM. That doesn't mean it'll need that. But if you look at it on the stat, it'll look like it's using 24 gigs. That's just not true though. Yeah, don't get that mistaken. Just because a game is using all of your VRAM doesn't mean that that's a hardware thing. That doesn't mean that is what it's using. If that makes sense. It could probably survive off of like half of that easily and be fine. But like those games are not really anything to use as some sort of comparison anyway. Like look at Last of Us. That's not a benchmark of like what games. It doesn't mean, because Last of Us came out and uses loads of VRAM doesn't mean all GPUs are now like obsolete. That's just not, it's just not true. People are saying that, but it's not true. That's just not how it works. It's a badly developed game.
Look, I'm aware of the rat's presence, okay?
It doesn't make your hardware obsolete.
Nothing can be done about it. They've been on this island.
Elisa, thanks for subscribing.
It's in our best interest to leave them be.
Like, I could create some just stupid game that uses 24 gigs of VRAM on a 4090, but that doesn't mean my 4090 is then... It's required, you know, then it means 24 gigs of VRAM is obsolete. That's, you know, those are kind of two different things. It gets blown out of proportion a lot, personally. Stuff like, there's an argument for like 8 gig, sure. Like, 8 gig is then a problem because games actually require more at certain resolutions. But like I said with Diablo 4, it'll use 24 gigs on my 4090, but I think it only requires like... It's under 4 gig it actually requires or something to run, so like, yeah. It's just because it looks like that on the stats doesn't really mean anything. If I chop my 4090 VRAM to like 6 gig, 8 gig, it would still run the same. It wouldn't make any difference. It's just caching. It's just like using a percentage of your VRAM to cache stuff. It's the same as COD. It does exactly the same thing. It doesn't mean it needs that. It'll just use... If you had less, it'll just allocate less. It doesn't actually affect the game at all. It's like, for example, when you have memory leaks, I end up using like 32 gigs of RAM. But that doesn't mean you need that. It's just because I have it, you know? I have 64, so it can afford to like... It can afford to just keep caching up to like 50%. If you had 32, it would just probably do up to 16, you see what I mean? But there'd be no difference between the performance. I could take half of my RAM out and it would still play the same. It's 8 gig. Exactly, like 8 gig then yeah, there's like, obviously that is, at the moment, then that's kind of a rough situation to be in. Especially if you want to play brand new games maxed out, then that's like a valid argument. But 24, I mean, that's not gonna happen.
Might as well make some good use of the phone while I'm here.
Hello?
And like, you're even seeing like, you know, the 4060 Ti next month will have 16 gig anyway, so...
The agency already called to see if I was working.
I think we'll probably start to see less of the 8 gig stuff, personally.
How's the lighthouse? Inspiring? Spooky? Haunted?
all of these things. I was just looking around, and it's certainly something.
Because it has 16
How
gigs
are
of
you?
worth. Yeah,
Even
but
next
it's like it's like half laziness a lot of the time. It's like that old saying of like, if a manager gives you 2 weeks to do a piece of work, it'll take you 2
Maybe you're
weeks.
right.
But if he gives
I
you a
should
day to do
probably
it,
get
you'll
to
do
it
it in a
then.
day. You know, it's the same
son.
thing.
Love you.
Like if someone gives you
Love you too,
64
Mama.
gigs of VRAM, you'll use 64 gigs of VRAM. You know. If someone gives you 8, you'll make it work in the same way on 8. Do you know? It's literally the same as that. No, I agree. Like the console with 16 doesn't help, but it doesn't mean
Dear,
it's just then ported
congratulations
direct
once
to
again on
PC
winning our
with no
competition.
consideration
Let us
whatsoever.
repeat,
Like
your
it's
submission
it's like half
astonished us,
laziness.
and we
That shouldn't even be a thing, really. Oh, we make it on 16, so it should we'll just leave it at that. I mean, that's crazy.
I know how you must feel. Lost. Alone. Hopeless.
Pretty stable
probably
performance
deserve it.
on this. I know we had a bit of
But even
stuttering on
for
the
you,
demo, didn't we?
there
In
is
loading in
still a
areas,
way.
we'll have to see.
A way to bring it all back.
Keep playing through a little
the
bit.
one
Is the
precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
overlay? Is it? Should we make it a bit bigger, or is that too big? Is that too big? Can you see the overlay? Or is that too big now? Right, this is all actually... Oh, on the demo it skipped, didn't it? I remember. It skipped different chapters. Tell you what, this game does look really nice though. I think my sensitivity is a bit too high. What was it under? Gameplay? Vibration? What's it going to be under? Oh, it's right there. That's better. I mean, look at this. I don't know how good that looks on the stream, but it looks really nice. Look at it. $8K240, hello. Final Fantasy's PS5 exclusive. I might have to get a PS5. Never really been too overly into those games though. Shall I try? This is Unreal Engine 5 as well, which is cool.
Figured you'd be up.
Definitely feels a lot nicer than the demo did. Frame time looks nicer. Shall we switch ray tracing off and have a look? I do actually also have it on... I have it on, like, not full screen. I'll change it to full screen because my mouse keeps going off the screen. Right, let's pray I don't crash. How do we apply it? What? Apply? Apply resolution? Oh no. We got ourselves a Star Wars Jedi Survivor ray tracing situation on our hands. It hasn't switched it off, I can still see it.
Some call him the
Okay, is it? I don't. It's not switched it off. It'll be some weird thing. Maybe I've got to restart. Do you reckon? Probably have to restart every time. Maybe I won't bother. It's not. I'll have to maybe restart the game. I'll maybe do it at the end. I don't have to keep restarting. It'd be cool to leave it on for a little bit.
I'm sorry for yes.
Do you need to restart the game? Yeah, I'm probably. Flush the loo. Flush the lavatory.
How the hell did they fuck up?
Checking everything. Oh. Mouse traps. Can you step on them? Oh, I like that. I'm glad they put that in. Right. Down that.
I didn't.
Right, looks like we're going upstairs. Bit of a stutter down there. I don't like it. Oh my god, look at that painting. Look at that. That is terrifying. What is it? It looks like a baby, but it's got a beard. Alright, I'll take in that. Oh, we got a key. I think as well, power consumption, that's a lot less than the demo, isn't it? I remember it being a lot, we are still getting the stutter though, aren't we?
Been working all night.
It's not bad, but...
Might not be a household name yet, but just give her time. The
Do you have any ideas? I thought you sent your PC back.
Astounding performance last night.
I thought that was the conclusion. You have to send it back.
Quote, "She was simply astounding. I haven't seen such passion, energy, and skill in years," stated famed pianist Daniel Richter. He was not alone in his praise. It seems even Anthony Giles, one of its harshest critics, has finally seen the light. Giles had previously made disparaging comments about the artist, stating, quote, "There's more to performing music than enthusiasm in a pretty face." When asked if, after witnessing last night's performance, he regrets these words, Mr. Giles gave us a look that can only be described as a mixture of awe and embarrassment. Pressed for an answer, he simply said,
I sent it back, but they said the motherboard are fine, never mind. But you just said it won't even play. Did they test it? It doesn't sound like they've even tested it. Sounds like you'd have to send it back again. I mean, it's not.
The long-awaited...
What did you say when they said it was fine? Did you say that it was not fine? Bandage? Can I not take that? What have we got here? A ring. Two more doors down here. We have got that key, which I don't know, is that the one downstairs? Or is it this one? It's not that door. Oh no. No, no, no. Close that door. Not going in there. In the nursery, that's always a bad horror movie situation. Like those creepy little dolls like that one. This one right here. I'm stuck. Well, if they've sent it back to you, it sounds like you need to actually send it back. Get your money back. If there's still a problem with it, they haven't checked it properly. If it's still in warranty, you need to send it back again. Steven, hello. Right, I think this is the door I can go in, right? Oh, here we go. I'll tell you what we could do. We could check out DLSS and stuff. We shouldn't need to restart, should we? See, if I click apply here, it applies it. With ray tracing, unless maybe it is bugged, maybe. Maybe it is bugged. Quite a jump in frames, isn't it? Oh, I do remember this.
Two souls, so passionate. So
It is
talented.
Unreal Engine 5, yeah.
This is private.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll when we're maybe a little bit into it, I could I'll switch ray tracing off and then restart. I didn't want to do it straight away. Do I agree that Outlast 1... I never played it. There is a stutter there, which we did notice. We did have that in the demo. When you're opening some doors, it still stutters a bit. It doesn't feel as bad as it was on the demo, but it's still, you see it in the frame time. I only played... What's this say? Just out... Oh my god. I only played the Outlast Trials, and to be honest, I wasn't really that impressed. I didn't really think it was that great. Once the novelty of the kind of scariness wears off, there's kind of just not really much to do. I think it's probably better to play with maybe other people.
They don't understand what it takes to make a good
Big jump in
painting.
frame rate. Yeah, no, I've switched
The work
DLSS
doesn't
on.
start with the brush.
That's
Just
why.
like family doesn't start with marriage. It starts with canvas.
It looks like I can do something with that. Oh, that's part of a bigger picture.
I can't remember the last time I wore the...
What's that say? First step is the hardest. Got that right. I do like the way the light comes in through the windows. Alright, we need another key. Oh. Another key. Outlast Trials is different, is it? I might maybe have to maybe check out the other ones, but yeah, I just wasn't really that bothered. Quite a lot of hype around the Trials one, and it just I didn't think it was that great. Wait, am I now stuck in here? How did we get in here? Wait, what? Right, there's got to be a key or something somewhere. Can't get in there. Oh, is this like... Oh, wait, here we go. Was that there before? Oh, wait, what? We went in the other room.
Now, a tiny bit to the left. Yes, just like that. Hold that.
I'm not
pose.
that round.
I want to get all...
What was that? Paint me like one of the French girls. What is it? Paint me like one of your French girls. Oh, here we go. Get ready. Ugh. Oh no. You can see already though with this VRAM in Unreal Engine 5. Because we were talking about that before, weren't we? How Unreal Engine 5 I think will save games a bit in terms of VRAM usage. And I mean, look, I'm playing 4K with ray tracing, everything maxed, and we're not even using more than 7 gig. Like, if you did this in even probably Unreal Engine 4 or another engine, I bet you'd use at least 15. I bet you'd use over double that easily. I tell you what I do want to trial though, this TSR. Which is technically about getting a low resolution frame rate, which you don't really see that option that much, but might as well try it. Does it stutter? I don't notice it, but on the frame time, when I open doors to load new areas, it does it. On the demo, it was doing that as well, but it was like really noticeable in the demo.
I think I have the music for all the paintings now.
I'd say on this, it's not. I don't really notice it in the game,
You're
but
going to love it.
I can see it in the frame time. Almost feels a bit like it's disguised, but in the demo, it's just like really in your face. It is dark as hell in here. Don't know what I'm looking for. Light switch. Oh, here we go. Nope.
It must be sharper.
Have a look around, see if I missed anything. Switch the lights off, save some power. He won't let me.
Sorry, I have...
Oh, whoops. I skipped that. I want to try... Yeah, I definitely... This isn't as good as the LSS. You lose a bit more quality. Right, go back to native, and I want to try ray tracing off and click apply. It's weird that there is no apply, isn't there? Right, I've hit apply. Maybe it is a bit of a gain, isn't there? But it's like 5 FPS. Oh no, we're getting more now. You can't fight her, she will break you. Maybe that's the gain there. It's not massive though, is it? Let's just try. Let me stand here. What are we getting? 103, just over 100. Where is it? Try again. Yeah, I think that is the gain. You're looking at like 4 or 5 FPS basically, aren't you? I will at the end. I'll try. You'll have to remind me, but I'll try. I'll restart in a bit after we've played. But there's definitely there is a change, isn't there? Yeah. But it's literally like 5 FPS. Which is pretty nuts. If that's what it's going to be like, I mean, we're not going to hear people moaning that ray tracing is a scam anymore. I don't have it on because it takes up too much FPS. Oh, we're going to crack this. What do you reckon? Well, they're obviously going to have 111, aren't they? No. All right, it'll be 999 then. No. All right, look closer. Got to be written down. Interesting. Ah, there's numbers on the thing. Right, there's a 4. And that's what? That's a 9. 6. 694. Oh my god.
Don't be scared. It's just a book, Birdie.
I'd get out of this house. Immediately. Oh, he smashed it. He's absolutely smashed it. Another key. What did we need that key for?
This is fine. This is good. These are great conditions. I can finish it. I can. I will. I need to. For all our sakes. For our family.
Don't know if
For
that's
family?
supposed to happen.
Or just for you? Go on. Tip the scales.
Oh, right.
Prosthesis snatchers. Insatiable bastards. Can't afford a new one.
16 gigs becoming the new recommended amount. Yeah, I would say you're pretty safe. There are a lot of games maxed out ray tracing that'll use like 15 to 16 gig at 4K. So I'd say you're fairly there. You see their frame time there? Look. I did notice that in the game that time. It's not every door though. Look, this one doesn't really do it. It definitely feels like a loading thing. Oh no. A crying child.
I had the most...
Get away from that room.
I think we should drop the toccata here. People won't be able to concentrate on anything but your music. It's about our family, after all. About both of us. I'm sure Thomas would agree with me.
Am I scared? No.
Don't worry. You're not alone.
Don't get scared. I'm a man. Oh yeah, it's my stream. No. It was all going so good, wasn't it? Give me 1 sec. It was going well. Yeah, that wasn't the game, that was my stream. That sounds like more than 20 years ago. I don't know what we're talking about. What are we talking about? This looks absolutely... It does look good, doesn't it? What have I got to do? Get the paintbrush. Okay, we're locked in it now. Oh, okay. One of these has got a painting on it, do you reckon? Oh. PC Gaming King, hello. Wait, I'm confused. In the middle? Ah. Okay. I got lucky then. It's raining.
Does the storm ever run out of rain?
It's raining inside. Oh, the stream's even worse. What is going on, man? Give me a sec. Just keep dropping the bit rate. Looks pretty scary. Oh, I would say, yeah, it's pretty... It'd be terrifying to play this in VR or something. Did we not just get the key for this? What is this key for? Ah, is there a door somewhere? I don't like it. What was that noise? Do you think there's a door? Do you think I have to be looking for a specific one of those paintings for it to... What do you reckon? Where did that statue go? Ah. Oh. Oh, look at that, lovely.
How can two people who once loved each other
easy. Yes, yeah, it's
so
a Shure SM7B.
drift so far apart? My husband barely speaks to me anymore. He just slithers in and out of his study, obsessively working on one failed painting after another.
Amnesia filter. Yeah, it's kind of similar-ish, isn't it? The kind of game mechanics is similar.
Disgusted by me. The look he gave me the other day. That pathetic, hurtful look. The combination of shame, guilt,
You confused what it was remade.
I've come to realize that
I don't know.
I've
Maybe
become a
it was just like an
monster
Unreal
in my
Engine 5
husband's
type thing. I don't know. I never heard of this game before,
like
so
nothing a woman should ever experience. Still, being the good wife that I am, I decided to realize my husband's fantasy. If he thinks me a monster, I will
maybe they
sure
thought,
as hell act the part.
because there's a big thing around being like an early adopter of like new game engines, isn't there? And like some of those games sometimes can absolutely go like be like a, I don't know what is it called, like a flagship for it, you know? It attracts more attention, so maybe they had an idea of like getting in early with that or something. Because there's still not really that many games. Kind of like that that game where you're like a policeman or whatever and you're going into the building.
Watch him drown.
Dear sir,
You know, they're like half of the pulling power is the fact it's Unreal Engine 5, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, if that game was made in any other game engine, I wouldn't probably care about it. But I'll definitely try it purely because it's Unreal Engine 5. It's like a unique selling point, isn't it?
My home is my...
It's 1 and 2 mixed together. Yeah, see, I never played this before, so... Going in circles. Ah, he's read me like a book there. Going in circles. Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Right, I've had enough of that. Get me out. I want to go out. Let me out the window. Right, here we go. What was that? Hell nah. Anyone want a fish?
I hated it.
Can I pick up the fish? What did I miss? This drawer just keeps opening by itself. Oh no. Just keeps opening. Light switch. Oh. How much is the fish? Two
What we
squid.
witnessed today, while entirely worthless in artistic terms,
Bit spenny. Oh, look at this. I thought the Earth was flat. What am I looking at here? Oh, here we go. Spin it. 4080 7900 XTX for 2K. I mean, they're good for that, but it's kind of a bit overkill.
I have a responsibility. Finish it.
You could spend less money and still get decent performance at 1440p. Those really are kind of aimed at 4K. You'll obviously get good frames at 1440p, but you need to make sure you have a good CPU as well. But it's a lot of money to spend for just 1440p. It kind of depends what you're doing. If you're just like a casual gamer, then it's probably definitely like overkill, unless you've just got an absolute... Unless money's not a problem at all. I don't like it. Show yourself. I'm taking a look. It won't let me. Sounds like a witch from Left 4 Dead. Oh god, get out of here. Fernando, thanks for subscribing.
Linen will do. Anyone can paint on a linen canvas.
Yeah, like look at the graphics in here. They just look really good. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that veg. Look at it. Look at that. Oh my god, I can go inside them. Oh my god. Look at this. Up close and personal with the onions. I tell you what, if I hide inside here... These are onions, right? Or is it garlic? It's garlic, isn't it? If I hide inside here... Like, no one... The ghost ain't gonna see me, is it? Yeah, the 7900 XT is like decent. I'll even do some 4K as well. It's just not very good with ray tracing and stuff. But I'd probably get that over a 4070 Ti. I wouldn't bother with the 4070 Ti at all. If you're going to do 1440p, I'd probably just get the 4070 if you were going to do anything. Not that much difference between the two, but it's like 300 quid difference. Oh, we've got serious veg here. Veg for days.
First, I looked for a canvas. Not just any canvas. I had to find a
How does he
knife.
twist his hand like that?
Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I...
Pretty next level, that. Right, we've almost got this painting. We've got one missing. One part missing. Oh, we're back in here. Where didn't we go? We went in there. We went in there. There's something down here. Didn't see that before. What about the mouse traps? Can't get in there.
We would like to ask you to cease bothering our pest control specialists, as well as refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. All of our employees that visited your house reported absolutely no signs of a rodent infestation of any kind, and as such, decided not to act further than a prophylactic spraying.
1440p,
as a final
it can pretty much do
Or
it.
else,
At
next
60, if
download
we're
you
talking about at
receive
60.
will be from our lawyers.
It'd be able to do 1440p with ray tracing at 60 at least. You have the 7900 XT and it runs a bit. Yeah, it depends what game though. For example, if you took Cyberpunk path tracing, that card can't, like, you'll get like 5 FPS. I can't even play my XTX on that using path tracing. At 1080p. 1080p, my frames are like 30. But that's why I ask if ray tracing's a, you know, is that a big part of it? You know, that's gonna change your decision. Whether that, like, for a lot of people, they're not bothered. Have I been down here? Report card. I thought maybe it'd be down here, but where else haven't I been? Where haven't I been? I'll go back upstairs.
Been working all night.
Don't wake me up. Well, you're about to get woken up. I think I went in here, didn't I? Went in here, didn't we?
Hush.
You got 4080 is a better choice. Yeah, I mean, a 4090 is a better choice. You know, of course. Like, you're always going to have higher frames, but in my opinion, you'd have to spend, like, you're spending £1,300 to play at 1440p. It's just... That for me is just, like, kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Like, if you're going to do that, you might as well just get a 4090. Do you know what I mean? Like, you end up in that same thing I always talk about of, like, oh, I could spend an extra £200 and get this, or I could then spend an extra £100 and get this. You know, you end up going from like £300 to like 1,500. Like, if a 4070 Ti suffices to do it at 1440p, you're saving yourself like £500-600, you know? I don't think the performance increase is worth that kind of money. Like, you're paying an extra £500-600 for a 4080 to gain just a little FPS. I don't know, it's a lot of, you know, like I say, it depends what your kind of money situation is. If you've got loads of money and you're not even you don't even care how much it costs, then fine. But for most people, I think that's it's too much of a leap, I think.
Prosthesis snatchers.
I hope I didn't miss anything back there, the painting.
How can two people who once loved each other so fully, so profoundly, drift so far apart? My husband barely speaks to me anymore. He just slithers in and out of his study, obsessively working on one failed painting after another.
4090 Ti for you.
He won't
Well,
even
yeah.
sleep with me anymore.
Well, 4K.
I can tell he's disgusted.
I haven't really heard like any
The look he
update
gave
on the
me
4090
other
Ti.
day.
I think the last thing I heard was they're doing
hurtful
two, the
look.
Titan and the normal, but I haven't really heard anything else.
Combination of shame, guilt, and repulsion. I've come to realize that I've become a monster in my husband's eyes. It feels like nothing a woman should ever experience. Still,
expecting it to be like £3,000 retails or something.
My husband's fantasy. If he thinks me a monster, I will sure as hell act the part. No, this is private.
I had them.
You can go for a 7. Yeah, I personally, like, I wouldn't get... I agree, I'd get a 7900 XT over a 4070 Ti. But if I was streaming, I'd still want to get the nvidia card, probably.
I can't stand see.
But in terms of actual price to performance, you'd probably want to get the 7900 XT.
It's not like I'm some drunkard. I know how to handle my liquor.
Sounds like Hagrid from Harry Potter.
You keep the fire in your office just to stop me, don't you? You hate me that much?
Is that cameras in the eyes? There you go again, bit of a start.
Don't push me away.
That's ingredient. I think all the companies though. The only thing I think's actually worth the money, well, it's not worth the money, but it's more acceptable, is Intel Arc. AMD's, all of AMD's cards are way overpriced too, from the new lineup. Like, there's no way an XT or XTX, like, you're looking at least between like £800 and 1,100, 1,200. There's no way those cards are worth that amount of money. Those prices are insanity as well. Everything's just overpriced. I don't think there's anything that isn't, in my opinion. All graphics cards could easily drop £200-300, like, easily.
Suddenly, everything I find relaxing is a fire hat.
Emergency stop. To operate the lift with the doors, open, break glass, and hold button. There we go. There's a red room up there. Oh my god. Hell nah.
Defy death. Defy entropy. Defy the flames. Finish it!
$7,900 X6 AMD flagship is something I would... It's still okay for... I'd disagree. I spent £1,100 on my XTX. And I got my 4080 for 1,250. I'd prefer to have my 4080.
Here are the calculate.
Basically, £100 difference. Like, both of those are overpriced, but I'd rather have the 4080. Do I want to go through that? I think we have to. AMD drivers are now better. I've still had a lot of problems. I still can't run 2 monitors off my AMD card. If I do, I drop about 30 FPS. Like, that's a problem. They fixed it. They fixed it in January, and then they introduced it back like 2 months ago. I had like 3 weeks where it worked, and then they reintroduced the bug. So I have to plug one of them. I luckily have integrated graphics, so I can use that. But honestly, not. I wouldn't say that's The drivers are still a problem. Like it's still nowhere. It's still nowhere where it needs to be. Nowhere near where it needs to be.
Why did you stop? That tune was perfect. Honey.
If you compare drivers to nvidia, like AMD's nowhere near.
Here are the...
Like, the amount of times I've had to roll back drivers on AMD is, like, you know, ridiculous. Like, if I had a single PC and I had to work from the PC, there is no way in hell I would probably... I just wouldn't even update the drivers ever if I had an AMD card. I'd find some drivers that worked and just leave them. I wouldn't touch them. And I wouldn't get the beta ones either. That's normally a huge mistake. I stopped doing that now. But it's okay for a single monitor. Yeah, but I mean, that is not a sales... That's not a sales point. I mean, how many people using the cards probably have dual monitors or more? Probably a lot of people. Especially now the fact people work from home. Like, I would say that's more annoying for more people than it is not. Like, that's an absolute ridiculous statement. It's fine for single monitors. Well, yeah, but... what about everyone using more than one? It's a nightmare. You can't use more... Well, you can use more than one, but you end up either black screens or you end up dropping performance and stuff. Most people, to be fair, probably wouldn't even notice. I only notice because I test stuff. If you didn't game, you probably would never even notice anyway. But, like, I get, like, the timeouts and stuff. When you get, like, the AMD driver timeouts, you get black screens. Like, yeah, it's better than it was a couple of years ago, but it's still... If you're paying over £1,000 for a graphics card... In my opinion, like, that stuff shouldn't happen. Like, I understand there are issues with things, but if I'm going to spend £1,200 on something, I don't expect my issue to be that I can't plug it into 2 monitors. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. But personally for me, that's crazy.
It's been a while.
I can handle, like, some problems with maybe, like, you know, performance in games. Okay, they can increase that with driver updates, fine. But there are some things where it's like, yeah, that should work. Like, plugging it into a monitor is, like, the most fundamental thing with a graphics card. It's like buying a car and it just doesn't start. Nice. You'd be like, or buying a car and it's got no wheels. I'd be like, yeah, could I get some wheels on this thing? It's definitely coming along. I just think, I know their driver team and stuff is a lot. It's a lot smaller than nvidia, so it makes sense that things aren't as good, but I think there should be more invested in that area, because that for me is definitely a problem, and why it doesn't quite compete with nvidia. And I think if they invested more in that area, it would improve it a lot.
Remember how you said it would be nice to have a CAD so the baby could have someone to play with?
Because I think that's one of the biggest areas. Like, when I'm talking to people, a lot of the issues people have with AMD is the kind of stability of it. Because I get some people who are just like, which NVIDIA card should I get? And I'm like, well, have you considered these AMD ones? And they're like, I've had AMD cards before and they just have nothing but issues with stability and drivers. Like, they don't even want to talk about it, which I understand. Like, I'm the same. If I have issues with certain things, you just don't ever want to use them again. But that's like a big thing that puts people off, which I think to be able to get on the same level. I think they need to fit, like, they've got to invest more in that area, surely. So this bit I remember from the demo. Still, so we kind of skipped that first bit. Not skipped it, but I was missing a piece of the painting. I don't know what happens, the fact that I didn't get it all.
You always wanted to have a huge garden. Green calmed your nerves, you said.
The 4070 Ti or the XTX. I mean, there are two... it's quite a decision between the two, because one of them's more 4K thing, the other one's a 1440p thing. And the price difference too is probably like £300-400. So I'm not sure... What's your budget? Which is the price you paid for the 7900. Yeah, and the issue that I've got with it too is that I've got a reference model. If I wanted to get the Nitro Plus when it came out, it was the same price as a 4080. So that also for me is a bit of a, you know, I've paid slightly less than a 4080, but I've got a worse card as well. Like the temps on it are like not great. Whereas my 4080, I got a MSI Supreme X, like the temps are like really good. So you got to pay extra for that as well. To get like the equivalent, like a Nitro Plus at the time, it was about the same price. Well, I'd definitely rather get one of those models.
Massive pulsating fur.
Yeah, this bit was from the demo.
No excuses, no accidents, no weakness. Just fire from the depths of your soul. Finish it.
Where was the candle? Here it is. On the 48. Wait, what? 4080 now. No, how much money do you want to spend? In my country, the cheapest XTX is 1040. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's, to me, that's just crazy. That's like the price of a 4090 almost.
Wanted it to come to that.
You get a 4090 now for about 1,500, 1,600. Your budget's 1,200. I mean, if that's the case, then what CPU are you getting? Oh, look at that star then. Ryzen 5900X. What, have you already got that CPU?
Why can't you understand? I'm working in here. I swear if I'm interrupted one more time. I thought it would be harder. It should be
Do I think paying $200 premium 4080 over an XTX is worth it if you consider play? If you're going to play 4K ray tracing, I would say yes. You'll have a nicer time with the 48. You just won't have such a like stressful time, especially if you've decided you're going to use ray tracing. You'll have a nicer time with the 4080 at 4K. Let it burn. at the door. Hard Grack, hello. I'm alright, how are you doing? I think it's your motherboard. I thought that they said it wasn't your motherboard. Do I watch Digital Foundry? No, not really. I know of him, but I don't really watch. I watch a few PC centric. What is it like? Z-Worms Gaming. But I don't really have time to watch too much. I have to work as well. They do break that. Yeah, no, I know there's quite a few channels, but some of the stuff's a bit too... It's like Linus stuff. I just don't really enjoy watching that. It's a bit too... I don't know. I prefer like gaming. I like technology, but I like building computers, but gaming. As opposed to just sitting and talking about like tech stuff. You know? Like I don't really enjoy too much just sitting there and just talking about like the cores on a CPU or whatever. Like I don't really find that too interesting.
I was lost as to...
Too nerdy? No, not too nerdy. It's just like there's a time and a place, but I wouldn't say I like. I'll watch the occasional video if there's like something new that they're looking at, but I don't just like frequently watch all of their videos, if that makes sense. Like if there's like a new GPU or like a new CPU or something, I might check out a video, but or like sometimes they have new monitors and stuff, they're checking out like maybe stuff like that, but I wouldn't say that I like frequently watch it all the time.
First, I looked for a canvas, not...
It must be sharper.
I know Worms Gaming. Yeah, I like him. Because he just games. He games a lot, doesn't he?
I know how to handle my liquor.
I prefer that side of things.
Canvas crawlers, massive pulsating.
$850 or $1,000. If you've got a 4090, I would get $1,000 just to be safe. I've got $1,000 and I've never had any problems.
Prosthesis snatch.
I've looked at that. Looked at that drawing.
Started to fall apart.
Too many times now.
Turned to rot.
Look, honey, it's your favorite.
Another little stutter there.
Blood is thicker than water.
Oh my god. Hell no, bruh. Oh my god, I can see myself. Is this what I look like? Oh god. Well, I'm in a suit. I was expecting, I feel like the graphics aren't that great, are they?
Everything I touch breaks.
I don't think they put too much work on that one. Compared to the rest of the game, the rest of the game looks really good. Where do I go then? Ah, I can do this. GP's erased, but which country? Was it India, you said? I don't know if you said before.
Solid undercoat. Primer will hold it all together so it doesn't rot.
Israel. Nice.
The world
Tel
is
Aviv.
breaking around us.
I want to go Tel Aviv. Just gonna try and plan a trip to like Turkey and places like this. I've never been there. You get the best deals in America, it seems, on like GPUs. Like, and you can actually get them for retail price as well. Oh my god. I wonder what that was. Oh, hell no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tel Aviv is considered one of the most expensive cities in the world. Is it? Is it more expensive than London? Run. Because I tell you, London is an absolute travesty. The price of that.
You're so
While I can certainly...
Oh, those are some pretty nice looking apples.
Damn ash! Cleaning this house.
Go to America and the thing is though is the flight ends up probably costing more than what it would cost to just buy it in your own country. Although to be fair, well, last time I went to America was quite a while ago now, but I got a flight, a return flight for like 400 quid, which is pretty good. But that was how long ago was that? That was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. Was it that long? Maybe 5 or 6. Don't know what it's like now. I was to New York as well, so like almost the closest.
Plague breeder.
The shortest flight to America from here. Which, that amount on top of the graphics card, it'd be cheaper just to buy it here probably. It would still cost more than the States, but the flight on top, it would put it over. Or I tell you, you could go on one of those like container ships. Just sneak onto a container ship. And then that would sort you out, wouldn't it? It would take you like a week to get there, but well, actually, I don't know how long it takes. How long does it take on one of those massive container ships? I can't jump for that. I just realised I can't jump. This room's upside down. Not anymore. Oh, wait, I got the code. Is that the code? Can we turn it upside down?
Some paintings defy simple words, let alone
The creepy
critique.
thing.
A basic knowledge of the subject is an absolute must if one is to even try taming them. Babyface is one such painting. This art anomaly draws tens of thousands of mediocrity enthusiasts and Sunday abstraction aficionados.
There's a website that finds the last minute flight. Yeah.
It looks like
I always get so worried on stuff like that though. Because like my worst nightmare would be stuck on a plane at the back on like a window seat with no legroom. Honestly, like the flight's what from London? It's like 6-7 hours, is it? To that is a nightmare. That is. I couldn't think of anything worse. I feel like those are the seats you end up with. I need some legroom on that. I struggle with the legroom on flights, even for like a 2-hour flight. And like most flights from England to Europe are like what? I can get to Amsterdam in like, how long's that flight? Like a 45 minutes, an hour maybe? That's like okay-ish. Only for situations when it, yeah, no, I get that. There's like a cut-off for me though, depending on how long the flight is. Okay, we gotta flip it. Here we go. What was it? Hold and drag the mouse left to set the number. Is that it? Oh, 10, 70, 90. I've not seen that before. 10. No! Oh, this is so hot. This is so annoying. What is it? Wait, what? Am I going the wrong way? Oh, this is an absolute... 10. No! Oh my god, this is so horrible to do with a mouse. Oh my god. 70. Other way. Oh my god, he's done it, he's done it, he's done it. Oh. That's the hardest bit of my day today. I should have just plugged the controller in, just do that. What other game was it? It was like really hard to do those things. Was it on was it Atomic Heart as well? It had a thing like that.
I can put it
so annoying.
You'll
Do I
never
always
find
use HDR and ray tracing? I don't. HDR is completely switched off on my monitor. I can't stand it. So the answer's no. Never use HDR. Ray tracing I'll use if it's available. I'll try it out. On my high-end cards at least. Why don't I use HDR? Because it looks dreadful.
I can't escape too.
It makes games look awful. It's not... In my opinion, it's probably better now, but the monitor I have, HDR looks dreadful. Generally, HDR looks better on TVs than monitors. If you buy a brand new monitor now with HDR, it probably looks way better, but on mine it looks really bad. And also, it drops performance from what I saw before. Like, I just don't need it. It makes the games look bad, and I don't need it for testing, so I just never use it. It makes Windows look weird on my screen as well, so I just never use it. I thought it was a game changer. I mean, it probably depends what screen you have. Like I say, it looks. I've seen it on a TV, and it looks better on a TV. If you bought like a brand new, like Samsung monitor, maybe it looks better. I mean, my monitor's not that old, but yeah, it just looks awful. How do you switch it on? You can switch it on in Windows. You gotta make sure you can switch it on your monitor as well, but there's actually a setting for it in Windows. I don't think you'll have that option unless your monitor supports it. It usually just makes the game super bright. Like, that's the only way I can really describe it. What is going on here? Just going around the same thing. I had HDR on like an old, I think it was a TV, and I would use that, but that was with I had a PS4, and it would make games for the most part, like it would be probably worthwhile having it on, but never use it on my never use it on this monitor. Hey Sherlock, yeah, like I say, it probably varies monitor to monitor. It looks really bad on mine. And also I had ages and ages ago, I had like PTSD because basically HDR was on my monitor when I was recording video, and it just wrecked all of the footage I had from this day. It just destroyed it. Like, it was like you couldn't see the video basically. It was like multicolored screen across the whole thing when I was recording. So I just had to delete everything. And ever since then, I like distraught from that day. Because I just recorded everything, didn't realise HDR was on, and it just chalked all of my recording. And yeah, I just was like, I never ever want that to happen to me again.
Look at him, wading through ashes. Such determination.
Dimming zones on TVs, yeah. That's what I said. Like, it looks much better on TVs. Is it too late to turn it all around? Do I just keep going around?
Talk to me. Why won't you talk to me?
I think the phone's broken.
You promise. You deserve this. All of it. All of it. This solves nothing. It never has. It never will.
Hey, open the box. Where is it?
Silent floaters. They clog the drains. Fur in the water. No baths from me.
Right. I'm gonna have to head off. Let me, I'll check the ray tracing thing quick, see if restart and it makes... I do just think that it's just not that demanding in Unreal Engine 5 when there's just not that much of a difference. We specifically look, so we're like 100 to 110 here. I don't know how the saving works. Let's try again here. So yeah, we gain about 5 FPS, don't we? 5 to 10 here, maybe. So I do think that is actually just a difference. It just doesn't really change it much. Let me Let me do a quick restart and just check it. Just to make sure it's doesn't need a restart or something. But I think that is just the applying it like that. Oh, I tell you what, it's so hot right now. To get that aircon on. It's just too noisy to have on though. It picks it up on my mic. Which I don't really think so. I don't think that's a great time. Where is it just spawned me? When does it save? Oh, okay, here. Well, it's going to be hard to compare now. But it's, yeah, I would say it's like it's like 5 to 10, isn't it? Because now if we change it, where are we? The game uses Lumen. Yeah, no, I know, but for example, Fortnite used Lumen and there was a bigger difference. I didn't see like a 5 FPS difference. There's a bigger difference and that's the same, so I just... yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. I do also want to see what the max is, even if we put it down to that. Yes, you can push 200 FPS or over. I think for a game like this, though, really 4K 60, to be honest, don't really need any more than that.
I can put it...
But yeah, anyway, I've got to, I need to head off, grab something to eat. I don't know, I'm going to try and be on tomorrow. I don't know if I will. It might be a bit later, just because I've just got loads of stuff. I've got loads of stuff going on. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in the normal time. I'll try and, it might be more about a little bit. Normally I can do it like 5 o'clock English time. It might be a bit later, like 6 or something. I might try and do this with like the XTX or something like that. But yeah, if not, I'll be on Saturday. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Have a good evening. Catch you tomorrow.